So 5 items of fishing tackle that I'd struggle to be without. So number 1, I'm going to do these in reverse order, I think, 5th down to 1st. So in 5th place, and this really does make life easy when you're basically in a bit of a hurry on the bankside and you want to plumb up a lot. I'm an angler who's always replumbing, whether it's starting a new line or checking that the swim hasn't got any deeper or finding a new little spot to fish. I'm a big believer in coming back and replumbing to eradicate any doubt about whether I'm fishing on the bottom and finding out what the bottom's made of. Now, obviously, at the start of the session or the end of the session, you can do that because time is not really an issue. So you can put a plummet on, and if it's a bit fiddly, if there's a little hole in the top and it takes a while, if your band gets caught, it's not the end of the world. But mid-match, you want to be in and out. You know, time is money, literally. So I love these Cyclops plummets from Newfish. They've got a really big eye on them. And the beauty of that, if you've got a band on, for example, say you're fishing with a banded hook length, or if you're just a little bit cack-handed and slow like me sometimes, you can actually get them on really, really quick. So all you do is whack the hook through that great big eye at the top into the neoprene at the bottom, and you're off and you're plumbing up. Now, I've got other plummets in my box, trying to show you a couple of examples, just the ones that I just don't think work as well. So let me just see if I can find, there's definitely a couple in here of the other kind that just don't get used anymore. Take this one for example. Lovely plummet, tiny little eye. Takes a while to get that through there. Or you can see now it's mainly Cyclops ones in here because that's the way I've been converted. Or ones like this. And again, it's just a bit fiddly to get it through that elongated eye. These Cyclops plummets are super quick to use. I use them generally in a biggish size anyway. I like a heavy plummet to feel the bottom. Check whether there's any silt there. That's number 1 on my list of 5 favourite gizmos and gadgets I couldn't do without. Number 2, and these make my life loads easier when it comes to storing rigs. I'm a big believer in reusing rigs, folks. I'm not somebody who scraps them after every session. If I can use a rig for 3 or 4 sessions, I will do. And then we get to that point, don't we, at the end of the match where you want to put it on the winder. And if you're like me and have got a few reeve winders, I've got all sorts of different winders, truth be told, but the reeve ones, you can't get them to actually go onto any particular point on the winder because there's no slide winder attachment. So if you're a real slob like I am sometimes, you can do this, wrap it round a few times and then put it over the top like that, and that does a job. But you just end up kinking your lash a little bit, which I don't like doing. So these beauties from, I think they're from Samo, let me just check. Stomfo, not Samo, it's a good job I checked. These beauties from Stomfo come from Wickersley Angling in a little packet. Literally a little hook at the top, your loop goes in them, and then there. That rig isn't going anywhere. Safe and secure. Obviously, you can reuse that as many times as you want. And it just means securing rigs on any size winder is an absolute doddle. And they're even useful, to be honest, folks, on shorter winders. Let me just nip into the old winder tray and I'll just show you an example. Because sometimes, even on the little yellow winders like this, you'll find that if it's, for example, a margin rig or a shallow rig, and your loop comes to the top here, you can't actually get it round the point on the slide winder anyway. So you still end up using one of these Stomfo. They're called the deluxe pole attachment. And as I said, I get through these. I wouldn't do without them on the bank. They make storing rigs really, really easy. Next on the list, it's got to be for me. It's close. It's a close one. This. I'm going to go with these. The Garbolino shotting pliers. Now these are only cheap. These are the cheapo ones. So I apologise, Garbolino, because this might cost you a few quid, but I much prefer these. I think these are a fiver to the deluxe pair that Garbolino also do, which are 20 quid. I also prefer these to the Cresta ones. They're just simple. They just work. The real key thing about them is they've got a flat edge on them. So when you're squeezing shot onto your line, it does it evenly. You don't want to be using anything with any sort of ridge or forceps because that actually kinks your line. And if you're after really nice presentation with shot, I mean, this is one of my F1 shallow rigs, a little strung out affair. You can see them shot sit on the line beautifully. Really, really nice. The right shot's important. These are Balabinis, so it's a hard shot. Put them on with these though, and look what you can do. If I want to, I can move this shot doesn't kink the line, doesn't mark it, stays secure. It's fairly stiff on there, but I can move it up and down, and that's because it's the right shot, and most importantly, I've put it on with the right pair of pliers with a flat edge. Other types are available, but I find these a really good value pair of pliers that I wouldn't do without. Okay, we're down to the last two. It's a close one. You know what? I'm going to give second place to this product. And you might be wondering what it is. It's actually a leg for a pole roller. I use the matrix rollers. And what these are is leg extensions. So if you imagine this pole roller and its maximum extended height, I'll show you how long the leg is. Its maximum, it might be, what's that, 70 centimetres max at its highest from the joint to there, 70 or 80 centimetres. Enter the leg extensions. Now these, once you've got a set, folks, you won't be without them. I very rarely use the actual leg extenders on the pole rollers anymore, i.e. the built-in ones. I'll just stick one of these straight on. Got a little groove on them, in they go like that, they lock in place. Now, obviously that gives you much more scope to create a high roller situation using these. And the best thing, if you've got an extraordinary situation, which we all do sometimes, maybe it's a riverbank or canal towpath with a big drop off behind you, and you still want a high roller, you can actually put multiple leg extensions together. So you can create an 8-foot high pole roller if you so choose, or have an 8-foot long leg to suit a particularly difficult bit of bankside. So these are very deserved runner-up in my opinion. So the winner, my number one gadget, gizmo, call it what you will, that I wouldn't do without on the bank. To me, this product has changed my fishing in a very strong way. I can't tell you who. I actually can tell you who, actually. I was going to say I can't tell you who, but I actually showed this to a top angler the other week, and he was as blown away as I was when I first saw them, and that's Callum Dix. He's actually just gone to Matrix, so I can tell you that now. But I remember showing these to Callum at Tunnel Barn Farm, and Callum's much more dexterous than me, but he was saying he was struggling to group his casters. Tried this Matrix roller, and he was absolutely sold on this product, as I was when I first saw it. Now, I'm not naturally the most dexterous, the most accurate angler, so I need all the help I can get in this department. But with these, I can group my bait beautifully. I can't tell you exactly what it is. I think it's something perhaps to do with the fact that it's a lovely flat bottom to the pouch, which encourages grouping. And also, this is the heavy elastic, so it's quite strong elastic, so you're not forcing it. Even firing 16 meters, it's not a forced firing out of the bait, which I think helps because everything stays a bit stiller and you get that better grouping. But the Matrix catapults are my number one gadget device that I wouldn't be without on the bank side. So there you are, folks. Hopefully you'll take something away. All these products are available on the market now. You can get all of them. And hopefully there'll be a little something there you can take away and use in your own fishing.